What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. You guys, we are talking about the season finale for Love and Marriage Huntsville season 6B, and it was actually one of the best finales ever. I see you guys are in the chat, so keep coming in, hitting that like button. Make sure you become a member so that you can join the chat. But I see you guys coming in. 258 of you are watching right now. Woohoo! Look, Chronicles of Kink, if I'm pronouncing that right, Kink. She said, I can't stand Martell. Hey, y'all. Okay. When I saw that roll up, I was cracking up, you guys. Come on in, come on in. Anyone that you see with a wrench behind their name, they're highlighted in like a blue or a purple. Those are the mods. I see Cookie from the Shy and Nola Darling. Come on in. You guys, we are just a few hours really away from New Year's Eve 2024. And I am happy that you guys are spending your Saturday night with me. So we're going to have fun tonight. I hope you guys are ready to talk about this show and what we just saw. Listen, we know that Melody and Martell don't talk to each other. So what we got was authentic TV. And it looks like she set the record straight, okay? He was sitting there praying that she didn't air his ass out. And she absolutely did. She aired him out. It was horrible. And we're going to talk all about it because I could not stop laughing. It was hilarious, okay? Keep coming in, keep coming in. I see you. 365 of you are watching right now. Make sure that you hit the join button or join the chat. Hit the like button, become a subscriber and join the chat. Y'all know how we do. Go ahead and put your city and state or city or state, and I'll give you a shout out real quick while people continue to come in. And then we're going to talk about tonight's show, okay? We didn't get Stormy's party in the pasture. A lot of people thought that that was going to close us out. What's up, Linda Gamble? How are you? A lot of people thought that that was going to close us out, right? She was going to be a part of the finale, but she was not. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate you. Monique Watkins became a member. If you guys would like to become a member, I actually pinned it to the top. So you will see at the very top the link to join the chat. So if you'd like to be a part of the panel tonight, you can actually come up now, okay? And then right underneath that, under the same button, you can become a member as well. And anybody that you see with a star behind their names, those are members of the channel, okay? They've been here for a minute. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I see y'all coming through. Charlotte, I see Delaware, what is up? Modesto, what is up? South Carolina, what is up? Monroe, Wilmington, Delaware, New York, Pensacola, Florida, what is up? I see Houston's in the house. Ohio, hey, Ohio. Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania, Henderson, North Carolina. Okay, let's see. All right, you guys are here. You guys are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, y'all, we are just going to get it started, okay? Because it was a good show. And just in case y'all got something in the oven, I don't know if people do black eyed peas on New Year's. If you get your black eyed peas and your greens and all that good stuff, that's supposed to give you good luck. We will see. But I do think that Melody did do, she did give us the revelation she was talking about. Anywho, let's talk about this show. How about that? Okay, 441 of you are watching. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Let's see. Wu Chow Hotel is a whole mess. Finally, Mel said some gems that's the nail in the wall. Listen, I said the other day in my review that they like to say, you know, this show, the production gives us these huge bombs they'll drop on us, and then nobody does any follow-up, but Melody definitely cleared some things up, okay? And Martell was stammering. He was stammering. He couldn't even get it together. It was crazy, y'all. Hold on, let me take this down. He was stammering and looking like completely lost, and you could tell that he was doing a lot of praying. Please, Heavenly Father, don't let her say anything that's going to embarrass me, right?
I don't do anything toward you.
Okay.
She said, okay, listen, I'm not going to argue with your ass. You can say whatever you want to say because the damage is done and I have moved on. I loved it. I loved it. Let's see. Good evening, everyone. Okay, y'all are coming in still. I'm looking for y'all comments because y'all were actually saying some funny stuff. Let's see. Mel said, I'm always sending stuff like, child, did she not? I'm always sending stuff like food for the kids. Well, that's what he get for trying to make a little snap remark. She could have walked out the door and he would have saved himself just a little bit of humiliation. But unfortunately for him, he brought the curtains down. I was like, he dug his own grave and then he started sweeping the dirt in on himself. It was actually embarrassing. Okay. Let's see. Welcome. Come on in. Stafford, Virginia, North Carolina in the house. Hey. Hey, everybody. Let's see. Child, when Marceau said tissue, any business that runs itself into the ground. And then he said, and you should know that from that little canvas beauty fiasco. He shut Tisha smooth on up. Marceau likes to hit Tisha with a 1-2 every time. It's embarrassing, I tell you. Come on in, everybody. Okay. Let's see. Mel dropped little bombs. She sure did on Little Buddy. She dropped bombs on Little Buddy. So broke. Mel has to send food to the kids. Yes, child. We all heard it. And when I tell you that he looked like he wanted to fight, in my opinion. DeQuela said, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, I apologize if not. She said it was a little disjointed for me. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't like it. I liked it. Maybe you can come up and tell us what you thought was disjointed. Marty hadn't learned yet. He's no match for Mel. He's too slow. And he's done too much shit, okay? He doesn't know what she's going to say, which is why she was able to sit in front of him just like, you know what? I could be as cool as a cucumber if that's what you want it to be. But number one, production asked him to hit on certain things, right? And Mel was looking at one point. Mel looked into the camera like she broke the stride. She was like, y'all playing with me. Y'all ain't gonna make me sit here in front of this mofo and do this. But they were like, we are. Let's see. Hi, Diana. Wu Chow Martel is exhausting. It was one of the better scenes on the show, though. It was one of the more better scenes on the show. We're gonna get to it because I thought Kimmy's scene took me out. Let's see. All right, y'all, listen. Let me get my little screen up, and then we can talk about it. Okay. Let me put my other screen back up. Okay. So listen, and I'll put y'all comments up here too as we go through. It opens up with Stormy and Courtney. They have a little bit of a sit down and they talk about the family drama that's going on with Stormy's family. You know, her mother and her auntie Lisa. So Betty and Lisa, they're still into it. They've always been into it. That's just their family dynamics. But she said that they're going to have a fish fry and they will be meeting up with each other, all of the family, and she's just hoping things go good. She was asking Courtney if he was coming. Courtney's like, I got laundry to do, okay? I will not be there. So sorry. This is your family. You can do this on your own. You can tell that Courtney doesn't like to fool with that stuff too much, and I don't blame him, okay? But then we get Melody. She goes to the daycare, Nell Fletcher's daycare, to meet up with her and Nell Fletcher's husband, because that's his new name, until he earns his Chris rights back, okay? But they're having a book bag drive. Y'all remember that Mel was promoting that over the summer to help the kids who might need something. Melody said that she used to be an educator, so this is something dear to her heart. And she came out the car dancing and feeling good, but she also lets the Fletchers know that the Houston trip has been one of the most peaceful trips that she's actually experienced on the show. And they were kind of like really considering everything that went down, right? But she was like, yeah, she was like, the Vegas trip was a complete and total mess. If you are a fan of the show, you know exactly what went down in Vegas, right? Martell tried to sneak into her room. Then he got all aggressive and acting crazy. And then she also said that the cabin trip was also a mess. Y'all remember that Martell got into it with Cedric, and Cedric was giggling the entire time, but Martell was wrestling with him for real, right? Welcome to the chat, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. But Melody also lets Neil Fletcher know that Martell reached out to her and asked to meet with her. And they gave her a look like, for real? And she was like, yeah. And she said, I don't know what it's about. It could be anything, considering who's making the request. Therefore, I'll just have to play it by ear on whether or not I'm going to go. Um, let's see. And then we get another scene. We get a scene from Stormy. And this time it's her, I think, cousin. She said that it's like a brother to her. His name is Butter. I actually thought it said Butler on the screen at first. I was like, Butler, but Butter as in parquet. And they are driving and talking about her mama and her auntie. And again, just the family dynamics and how things don't always go too great when all the family is together. They pull up. It looks like it's a decent day. And then all of a sudden it starts raining real bad. But Stormy said, I'm going to take this as a sign. She can feel God all over. That's how she put it. But not when her mama Betty and her auntie Lisa got together. Those two, you can tell, have some bad blood. And Lisa feels like she gets ran over all the time, completely ran over all the time. That's the impression she gave me. But Betty is saying, listen, I need at least one day out the month off from taking care of mama. And you could definitely take one day on. Now, they have a lot of family, so I'm not sure why no one else in the family can. I don't know if it's just, living accommodations or what. But Lisa was like, listen, I'm the only one in this family who works. Everybody else, y'all living a life of leisure. I work. I don't get to see my husband all the time. He's out on the road. She told Betty, you see your husband every damn night. And you sit here talking about you can't have relations. What y'all be doing over there? Swinging from the chandeliers? Like, how loud are y'all? Well, all the nephews and cousins and stuff, they're in the back laughing like this happens all the time. But you can tell that Lisa was just getting tired of it. And that's exactly how she seemed in the last scene that we got from her. But before she could even finish her sentence, she was already reaching into her purse for her keys. And she said, listen, I'm done with this damn conversation. What do you need from me? Betty basically repeats, I need you to take mama for one day a month. She said, fine. And she is about to go. But they're like, oh, can we do a group hug? And they made it seem like it was a successful moment. But I was like, there was nothing successful about that moment. Nothing at all. Lisa is fit to be tied. She don't trust nan one of y'all. Okay. She don't feel like anybody in that family has her back. She agreed. Okay. But it's not because she wanted to do it. And frankly, she could have just been lying to get the hell off of camera. Because at this point, she's done. Let's see. Kevin said, as it relates to Betty and her sister, get away from me with this Apollo. Facts. That is 100% facts. I felt it all through and through. But they tried to make that woman give them a hug. Talk about, well, let's do it at the minimum, a group hug. She was like, get your hands off of me, okay? Get your hands off of me, and I don't give a damn how hard it's raining. It could be a monsoon. I'm driving up out this mofo, and y'all all can kiss my you know what. That is the energy that Miss Lisa was giving, okay? Whew. Now let's get to Melody in this damn coffee shop, child, because the answer is no on the piece, okay? Hold on, y'all. I could not believe what I was seeing, child.
We're not in a place of peace.
We're not in a place of peace, Martell. Martell loves to lie. He loves to make it seem like everything is good, everything is cool, and it's not, okay? Let me see what else y'all got to say. Lisa needs to come through for her mother. In my opinion, it shouldn't have anything to do with anyone else's lifestyle. Oh, you think so? Let me know what you think. I think that she just felt like she was already kind of outdone. Like out of everybody, she had the least amount of time. I don't necessarily think it felt like she wasn't with her mother, but if she doesn't have anything to give to herself, she doesn't have anything to give to caring for the mom either. We have to keep that in mind as well, y'all. But I appreciate your opinion. I don't want you to think I'm trying to go against you or anything. But I'm looking for more comments on the Lisa thing, since I did kind of make Lisa seem like she was just out there trying to figure things out. One thing and two things for sure. One thing for certain, two things for sure. That's still your mother. Oh, okay. A lot of people are saying that's still your mother because when she got then. Okay. I'm sorry that you missed your mother. Okay. I can see that triggered a lot of people. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, it happens a lot. The responsibility falls on one person in the family. That's true. There were a lot of people there, and it seemed to have just fallen on the two of them. So the brothers and sisters weren't involved, it looks like. All right, y'all. Let me continue. So Melody is at this coffee shop, right? And when she pulls up, she wants Martell to know you could never, ever, 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 ever again. Okay. It was definitely given that. She made sure she had on her hair right, her clothes right, her stiletto pumps. She got out of a car. Y'all know that Martell, I've said this before in several reviews. If you follow me, I have said that Martell spreading those rumors about Melody, being out there in them streets, spreading herself thin, okay, laying it low, spreading it wide. I said that is his way of stopping another man from getting with her, because he wants her to just be bitter and lonely and call on him if she needs anything, right? I've said that a couple of times. I said that. But she definitely was walking in and letting him know that curse that he tried to put on her, the Mr. curse. Y'all remember Mr. from Color Purple? When he told Celie, you're ugly. You ain't gonna get anything. The house dirty. You can't take care of these kids. All that shit. That was Martell. That's how he feels. That's the curse he tried to put on Melody. And I'm telling you right now, she walked in to let him know. No, sir. You can go to hell. Okay. I am never going to deal with you again in any capacity. She sat in front of him, and she smelled like money. Okay. He opened up the door for her to, be nice, but she definitely said, go ahead and smell this perfume, boo. Cause I know you can't afford it for them tricks you be, with. I know they smell like incense and, something else. Okay. Let's see. Love how Mel looked. She gave it to him for sure. Okay. She let him know, you asked for this meeting, so you're going to get it in every single way. You're going to get it. And it just was on from there. Martell opened up that door. He buys her a tea for $4.80. Okay. She gets to the table. She said, what the hell are those? He has flowers on the table. What are those, Martell? He was like, flowers for who? For you. Melody said, that's inappropriate. Don't you have a woman? Aren't you dating? No, I'm single. She said, well, I'm not. I'm dating. Okay. I don't want those damn flowers. Give them to the kids. How about that? You should know better than to buy me anything. We are far past this. Don't do it again. Okay. I loved it. I loved how she tore him down from the second she sat at the table. Let's see, Mel handled Martell's behind. It was good to see his facial expressions and body language. Listen, Martell was so damn uncomfortable, y'all. Martell was so uncomfortable. He didn't know if he was coming or going. I could literally see him like praying in his head, like, I just want this to go as easy as possible. I don't know how long they were supposed to film, but he was praying that he could keep up with her, because he knows she's too quick for him. But anyway, he tells her that he talked to Chris, and Chris told him that she didn't feel protected in the marriage, and therefore he wanted to apologize to her, because he didn't know she felt that way. Now, anytime you hear those sound effects, like, they're letting you know that this is a serious moment in the scene. And that sound effect went off, and Melody's face looked at him like, you mother. She wanted to curse, but she said, this is the worst damn gaslighting experience I have ever had ever in life. How dare you? You know damn well I was not protected in that marriage. And you know by who, because you like to put batteries in people's backs, okay? He was, I don't put a battery in anybody's. I don't even know what you're talking about. I can't control anybody. Y'all know she was talking about Coleslaw, right? Coleslaw and the rest of them. Love Jazz says it was good to see him not get irate while Melody was being honest with him. Well, he didn't know what to do. I'm sure she probably had that bodyguard in the corner. That's probably what was really keeping his ass in check. He kept his cool in comparison, but he needs something from her, though. He needs her to keep him out of jail. Okay. There was definitely something else going on over there because he was keeping his voice low, and he just kept looking to the side and begging for mercy. That's what it looked like to me. He was begging for mercy. But she let him know, listen, under no circumstances did you not know that I was not protected. This is like our argument always, and you are gaslighting me right now. And I'm not about to let you do any of that bullshit while we're on this show. Okay. Y'all know they broke the fourth wall last week's episode when Nell was like, I said it right there in front of the camera. She ain't never cheated on anybody, right? So Melody's letting them know too, because she looked dead at the camera like, we're not doing this. Okay. Let's see. Melody looked gorgeous, like a real life Barbie doll. Hotel was literally foaming at the mouth. Child, we know that. Honestly, just a hot ass mess. Thank you, Miss Nola, darling. Make sure y'all hit that like button. 992 of you are watching right now. At one point, Martell literally golfed. Like, I've read about people golfing in books. I've watched little white kids do it on TV. I've never seen a grown black man do it. I was cracking up.
I don't do anything toward you.
Okay.
Okay.
Happen.
Melody said it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. We're never going to have peace. Do you understand that? All right, child. She was not letting up. That foot was on that neck and she kept it there until she walked out the door. Okay. But anyways, it continued. Martell said, he's waving the white flag. I'm waving the white flag. I don't understand. I don't do anything towards you. Melody said, you can cut that shit out right now. You keep at war with me. All I see is red flags. I don't appreciate the lies, okay? And then she said, well, first, let me say this. Martell said, I regret. If I would have known that what I did would have put us here, I would have never done it. Martell was lying out the side of his neck, the top of his head, the bottom of his ass. He lied out of every hole he had. It was absolutely tragic for sure. The most devastating thing is that Martell ended up with someone that has a filter on her face every time she goes on social media. Oh, I'm sorry, that cracked me up. That's true. Okay. That is absolutely true. That is tragic, child. Anyway, I don't know if y'all noticed, but today he actually jumped on live with her for like, somebody probably talked about it for like a good 5 seconds, maybe. Not long at all. But y'all know he knew the scene was coming up, and they always do little tricks because she always likes to say the show is fake and y'all know he was acting. Martell is not acting in these scenes. Now you can see like a Tisha and a Marceau, you know that is acting. You know that they have talked this out and what they're going to do, what is going on between Melody and Martell. It's a real moment. Even if they would have talked it out ahead of time, they always give us the energy of a real moment. And this was real because we know Melody and Martell don't talk, but she basically chopped down every lie he had. She was like, you like to let people know, or actually Martell said, well, we talk all the time. We talk on the phone, we text. Mel said, we don't talk on the phone. We don't text. We don't talk all the time. We're not fucking friends. Excuse me for the F word, but I might be paraphrasing a little more than what she gave in the scene. But I'm telling you what her brain was saying. She's like, we're not friends. We don't talk. Okay. And I did that video maybe 2 weeks ago when she was at Mariah's game, tennis game. And I told y'all that was showing us that they don't talk. Martell likes to pretend like they talk. He said it in the scene. He said it in several scenes this season. And she said, we don't talk at all, sir, period. And when we do, it has to do with the kids. And most of the time you sending me some absolute nonsense. And when you're sending that, I don't even answer you. So don't act like we talk. Okay. That was absolutely phenomenal. Let's see what else y'all got to say. Martell's face was breakdance. It was moving in so many directions. Breakdance to electric boogaloo, baby, for sure. He was giving a whole bunch of expressions. You good, Diana? She was on Demon Time. Yeah, I typically do not curse, child, on this channel. I try not to anyway. And sometimes it comes out. I'm grown. What can I do? Hotel said he regrets coleslaw from the depths of his heart. He certainly did. Okay. He said, I regret it from the bottom of my heart. I regret it. What we got going on right now, all of this, if I knew, I would have never done it. And Melody started nodding and smiling like, is that right? Is that right? Because there's only so much I can take from you, mother effer. Okay. She was about to lose it. She looked down. She said, why you got that damn ring on from 2008? Okay. Why you have that? Martell said, well, I'm trying to manifest a wife. Then he said, the same reason you got the ring I bought you from 5 years ago. She said, don't lie. Don't lie. I bought this ring for myself. This is my ring. I bought it. Has nothing to do with you, Martell. Then she looked at him and said, listen, I got a flight to catch. And I'm telling you, even though he knew Melody was whooping his behind, he said, why are you leaving? Don't play. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing that? He did not want her to leave the table. And I was like, what the hell is going on now, Martell? Do you need her to stay in the scene for 15 minutes in order to get a certain amount of money or something? Because honestly, when she got up, he was like, come on, Mel. Come on, sit back down. Mel said, I already told you. I got someplace to be. I got a flight. I'm gone, okay? Martell didn't like that too much. She said, make sure you tell them kids that the flowers came from me. He said, really? Because you don't send anything else to them at the house? She went, I know you lying, okay? I send them food all the time because you don't have anything. Martell got to the door and you could tell everything in his body. If he felt emasculated at any point of his life, he damn sure felt emasculated right there. You could see it all over him. His shoulders sink. He said, why do you always try to embarrass me? She said, I ain't trying to embarrass you. I'm just telling the truth, okay? Something you can't do. So when you figure out what the truth looks like, when you figure that part out, you'll be okay. But you lie all the time, Marcel. Okay, you're constantly lying. And you tried to ruin my reputation, make people feel a way about me, spreading all these rumors about me being a hoe and all of these things, and then having your bitch double down on it. I don't appreciate it. I know what the hell you're doing. I ain't gonna talk about that court case and the like, but you know all those rumors that's circulating around the internet right now. It's all because of you, right? She tore his ass a whole new one. I loved it. I loved it, and we already know if y'all watch the show until the end, you saw Martell walk off stage in a huff after Melody told him that he was a liar. Okay, and that's where he made his fatal mistake. Yeah, he lies a lot. He can't keep up with anything, child. But that scene definitely broke him. But it was meant to break him. Okay. Let's get to Maurice and Kimmy. And again, I'll let y'all come up. The link is already pinned. Are y'all able to come up? Is the link actually working? Let me know if the link is working, please, and thank you. Because it ain't no fun for the open panel if y'all don't come up, for Pete's sake. All right. All right. So then we get to Maurice and Kimmy. Now this scene was a horror. Okay. I could not believe what I was watching. Could not believe what I was watching. Let's see. I skipped the Maurice, Kimmy, and Stormy and her husband scene. Oh, you should have watched the Kimmy scene. You would have enjoyed it to an extent. Oh, little buddy, you are worthless. You would have enjoyed it to an extent. Okay. Let's see what else y'all got. The whole town is laughing, baby. Isn't that a Teddy Pendergrass song? Whew. Did somebody say the word cooter? My chat is moving too fast. Oh, you said cootie. Okay. Maurice and Kimmy and the cootie cat conversation. Yeah, it was a cootie cat conversation, child. Well, she's at the hotel. She's at the hotel waiting for her man, okay? She's dressed in this nice little white number, kind of sheer at the bottom. She's letting them know that she's trying to ease herself back into, being his little bed buddy, right? And she is it's just, thank you, love Kiki. I appreciate you. Check that out. It's raining over here. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for rocking with DYANAROZAY. Got to get them sparkly boots on here, okay? I should have done that for my other one too. Monique Watkins, that's for both of y'all. Love Kiki and Monique, I appreciate you. Okay. Anyways, she's waiting for him. They're at the hotel, y'all. And he comes in and it's like he doesn't know what's going on, right? Like, oh, hey, she walks him through the floor. It has rose petals on it. Look, who said blah, blah, blah? Listen, you're going to let me finish this this Kimmy scene, blah, blah, blah. Sharna, be good, okay? But she sits down with him and she lets him know, I love you. I love this marriage. And you didn't sign up for this, which absolutely is when my heart stopped. I realized that taking care of someone who is sick is hard, but we watched Maurice be a plum a-hole to Kimmy. I'm sorry. I don't know what he was doing in the privacy of your home, but what he was doing on TV, what he was doing online was horrible. And she said, you didn't sign up for this, which really meant to me like she was kind of saying, I hope you stick around with me. Like she's almost begging for this horrible ass relationship. But he ends up saying, well, you don't have to thank me. Well, she does have to thank you. You barely knew to apologize to her damn mama in the last episode. So why are you saying he didn't have to stick around for this? Just let him go at this point. But Kimmy starts crying and she's telling him, nobody got to see that it was you sitting at the, bottom of my feet every day when I was going to chemo. And even though we go through some speed bumps is how she likes to refer to them, even though they seem like, I don't know, the pits of hell to us. She said chemo was tough. Losing her hair was tough. She had a hard time, reconciling with how she looked. She didn't feel pretty. Part of the reason why she doesn't feel as sexual is because she doesn't feel pretty. And then she gives him a gift. She gives him a gift of a boudoir photo shoot, which she actually did look good in. Not going to lie. But I don't know. The roles are flipped here. Kimmy, I'm telling you, I know Kimmy used to say stuff like, I hope Maurice watches the show and then maybe he'll get it. I hope she watches the show so that she can get it, because I'm telling you, it was gross. It was repulsive. It was vile, Kimmy, the stuff that he was saying and doing. And then you're talking about people were making comments about you losing your hair and how that was heartbreaking for you. Well, if you had an opportunity to watch a season, you would have heard him make a joke about your damn hair too. That wasn't cool if he was really this sensitive to all that stuff. But anyway, Maurice shows her that he drew a 6-pack on his stomach. And then he makes the comment that he needs to go to the gym. She said, I thought you went to the gym. And he looked like he got caught in a lie. Okay. He looked like he got caught in a lie. And he said, oh, well, I did for like 10 minutes. Well, either you did or you didn't. Okay. He lied. He wasn't at the gym. We don't know where it was, but the camera said, we're keeping this scene. Okay. And then she goes into the bathroom and he kicks the camera crew out so that he can unzip his pants, I guess. That's how that scene ends. Last scene is Tisha and Marcel. Now, Tisha and Marcel, did he call her Letitia Louise Scott? Tisha Louise Scott, they're at their house, the one that they're remodeling. You can see the black refrigerator and the stove. I think someone said that they were actually renting that, right? Who said he's going to have a $4.80 overdraft fee? Girl, cut it out. This happened. And when did this happen? July. Hopefully he done figured it out. But anyway, they said they're basically talking about Marcel being slow as hell. He's a contractor. He can barely get the work he's supposed to get done. And then he's putting everything on hold at their house, the house they're supposed to be living in, the apartment that Tisha, had when she moved out and they were separated. She said, well, I'm about to get kicked out of there. I need this house up and ready, Marcel. The kids trying to go to school. All these things are happening and you're playing with me. Well, Marceau tells her, listen, Tisha, he said, any business that runs itself into the ground. And you should know this because of that whole Canvas beauty thing, right? That's when he smacks her in the face. Now, that's the type of stuff Marceau and Tisha don't rehearse. And it pissed her the hell off because she stopped talking. Like, you can tell she's like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of you. She was mad as hell when Stormy was bringing it up. So she's definitely mad that Marceau is bringing up, I promise. But it stops her for just a second. And then Tisha starts demanding that Marceau gives her her office. I want to know when it's going to be done. Marceau said, well, how about I just build you a office inside the house? Now, this is where things go a little left. Tisha said, I don't want you to build me a effing office in the house. Now she curses. And if you guys have been a fan of the show, you know the one thing Tisha has stood on since season 1, episode 1, is that she does not curse at Marceau and Marceau does not curse at her. She said that is 100% what we do not do. She said it to Kimmy. She said it to Melody. She'll say it to anybody. We don't curse at each other. Well, she cursed at Marceau, but I think this was in response to the joke he made about Canvas. Now, Marceau stops for a half a second and looks at her, but then he turns it into a joke and said, you're turning me on right now. Because Marceau is always going to win when it comes to the dirty dozens with Tisha. Tisha has no idea how to fight back when it comes to Marceau's mouth. Okay, let's see what y'all got over here. Hold on. Child Tisha, how do you allow your husband over a decade to play with you? Yeah, did y'all see that part? Did y'all pay attention to the fact that she cussed at him? Not interesting. Seems like he can't stomach her for some reason. They've been together for a long time. When they started doing that, I literally was like, I can see the dynamics of their relationship a little more. Tisha just gets ran over when it comes to Marceau's mouth. She's never going to win. And the reason he's asking her to be fake cheater for next week will be epic. She'll be crying next season if Mel isn't defending her. Okay. Tisha just told the audience in a previous episode that she wanted to go back into the home. Now she's making demands for that office again. Right. Didn't she just say she wanted to work or she wanted to be a housewife again? It's hard out here. It's hard out here getting a paycheck and working 9 to 5 or whatever the hell she works. She sure did. I remember that really. Okay. Roxy said they don't want, they don't know what lie to tell. And that's really it. I've said this a couple of times. I'll keep saying it. When Martell and Melody don't even F with each other, you know what I'm saying? They don't fool with each other. Melody doesn't fool with him. But for them to come on screen and give honest TV, like Martell's reactions were straight up honest. Melody gave him that gut punch when she said, listen, I have to send food for my children over to your damn house so that they can eat, okay? You know that literally wiped him clean. And that's exactly what it was supposed to do. It was exactly what it was supposed to do. And she didn't even know she was going to say that at that time, okay? They're playing in our damn face, child. Anyway, he says to Tisha, you're turning me on right now. And then we get this little fake ass scene between Tisha and Marceau where she says, listen, I'm tired of the jokes. I'm tired of you joking all the time. There's nothing ever serious. I didn't like the little jokes you were making about me cheating on you when I told you I thought I might be pregnant. When is it going to end, Marceau? Can I ever get a serious moment out of you? Well, you married a man who's not serious, at least not with you. He can be serious, just sometimes not with you, or at least when we watch it on TV, he's not. Anyway, Marceau just says, listen, it is what it is. Tisha says, without trust, what do we have, Marceau? Marceau says, Tisha, I'm going to ask you one time, have you ever stepped out on me? And she said, I can't answer that question for you. Okay. Marceau said, that's a bad decision not to answer my question, Tisha. Tisha said, how do we move forward from here, child? Because I have nothing left to give. Marceau said, well, you set the rules, so I know how to play the game. Basically, if you hear any more rumors out there about me, it will be what it'll be. We're in an open relationship as of right now. And we were before, but now you know. That's basically what it sounded like to me. But that's how the scene ends, you guys. Y'all can let me know if you want to come up because I don't see anyone back here. I put the little the little link up there if you want to come up. Let's see. I'm late, but I'm happy to be here. What is up, everyone? Okay. 1,316 of you are watching right now. Go ahead and hit that like button. Now, out of the 1,316, there got to be somebody out there who wants to chit chat about this show. Kevin Moore said after Martell saw he couldn't win, he said, "I'm going to let you go." Just as Tisha left Marcel get off the phone, as if his side chick had called. For sure, his side chick did call. The link isn't working. Okay, Love Kiki, thank you for letting me know. I was wondering what was going on over there. Okay, I'm putting up a new link. Hold on, everybody. Okay, unpin. Okay, new link is up. New link is pinned. There you go. Let's see. Got it. All right, I'm waiting on y'all to come. What else do y'all have to say? Tisha is sick of his pipe dreams and that trailer that they are building on. Child, you killing me. Okay. Hey, Girlfriend Chronicles, how are you?
I am well. How are you? Happy New Year,
Happy
Eve
New
almost.
Year. I know, right? 2024, I mean, holy hey, I wasn't prepared. I still feel like where did the year go? I mean, I know this happens every single year, but damn, what happened?
Yeah, it flew by. Except for this show. This show has carried on forever. It seemed like.
We've had this show all year long. Maybe that's why it feels like nothing has happened for me because I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Okay, anyway, sorry about that. So, child, what do you rate the episode? Let's start there.
Oh gosh, I'll give it a 6.
Okay, a
And
strong
only
six.
because it's a low 6, and only because of Mel and Martell's scene. I can't I can't get nothing to them other couples. They just that was just this was a lackluster episode. It was a filler. I'm trying to understand why. I guess because maybe the party in the pasture didn't show, and I'm thinking maybe because of copyrights if she was playing a lot of music, because like what happened to the party in the pasture? That's
Right.
just, maybe I'm only assuming that, but um, I
That
couldn't
sounds
stand
about right.
singing. Yeah, Betty and what's her name? Lucille was
Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, I was trying to get them old Negro slave names. Um,
Hold on one second. I'm sorry.
mhm.
If everyone could please make sure that their mics are muted, and then I'll call you up in order, okay? And then I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, Girlfriend
Okay, I'll be
Chronicles.
quick. I'm sorry. So my mom's deceased, and I would love to, like, when my mom was sick, to be able to take care of her. I worked 7 days on, 7 days off. My off days, I drove my 8 hours home, spend time with my mom. My sister was a nurse, lived a few days doors down from her, and would go, would walk past my mom's house, wouldn't even check on her. So that was, a little disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my thing is with the siblings that don't work, like, what's the reasons for them not being able to take care of the mom?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's to each their own, their relationship with their mother, but I would have loved to take care of my mom as a caregiver if I was able to every day of the week. I wouldn't care about having a day off.
Yeah.
um it
I,
depends on somebody's their own health and how they are able to take care of the mom as well. So you just have to, that may be a factor in the rest of the sibling situation.
yeah.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Stormy's family is just, it is whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of these scenes were filler scenes. Kimmy and
Marie,
Lemonhead, oh gosh,
the
it's just,
beige man.
yeah, it's just, what was the reason for that scene? It was another scene of her talking about her libido, and why we gotta listen to her talking about her little cracking down there. I'm sick of talking about that mess. I mean, it is what it is with them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, I think Maurice, his attraction to Kimmy is intimacy and not love. It's the sex from her. Like, she's a sex slave to him. It doesn't seem like he has love. that their little scene together seemed forced from him.
It
Like he just,
did.
it's like I got a place to lay my head. My son got a place to come and stay, and that's what she provides for us.
It
Um,
did. It
I
did.
don't know. Um,
Hold on one second. Let me just read eBoogie11. She said, since the party in the pasture was scrapped, I wonder if that's why Stormy was talking crap during the crossover with Latrice. Yes, you know what? Probably. I want to thank you for blessing the channel. Thank you so much. And then one more from Teresa. Thank you for blessing the channel, Teresa. She said, Happy New Year to everybody. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Sorry about that, honey.
no,
Okay.
you're fine.
I agree with you 100%. I paid attention to how he was engaging her, and it didn't feel the same. She like really had emotion there. Like, I
Mhm.
love you. You were there for me during the worst time of my life. And you guys, if you see the scroll at the bottom, it gives you the Cash App and the Zelle. So I have both up there. But she was like, you were with me during the worst time of my life. And he just seemed dead. He
Mhm.
have no energy whatsoever. And it made me think about the scenes that we've gotten from Maurice up until this point. Like the one time he was talking to Marceau and telling him that she had cancer, and they were like hugging each other and crying and stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm not, listen, I would rather you not do anything at all if you had to fake it. But I don't know. It just seemed like he wasn't able to reciprocate.
Mhm. Mhm. He probably was like, "Why did I end up with this chick that's got something?" It just seems like he is. It's a she's a burden to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is what that situation had became like a burden. I don't care. He cut her hair. He messed up her hair when he was cutting her hair. So I don't see how he was a barber. But him, when I caught him saying, he caught himself when he said he was going to the gym, or he didn't go to the gym, and I was like, first of all, you ain't worked out nan bit. You done drew on this. Who done? Who gave you this baby's crown to be drawn on your grown behind? Like, who even thinks about doing something stupid like that? And I was like, yeah, he caught himself lying, and he had to hurry up and catch himself, and she just let him slide with it. I would have stuck with it.
Listen, did you feel like he was lying?
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
said the gym
yeah.
part, and didn't she make a face like you? Didn't you say you were going
Mm-hmm.
to the gym?
Mm-hmm. That's why he was like, "Oh shoot!" Like
He
yeah,
did. That was the
mhm,
most honest reaction he gave us in that scene.
yep. I was like, "You was cheating, but okay, we're gonna let y'all pass. This what y'all do."
Ooh,
I
man.
love Mel's, and I love the scene with Mel. Mel gave it to him. I was like, finally somebody reading him, finally somebody checking him, telling him about hollering in women's faces on camera. Finally somebody checked him. Chris, you didn't. I mean, maybe they cut the scenes, how we don't know. But Chris, you didn't check him. I saw Chris with, on this.
You're
I'm
talking
watching the
about Nell
repeats.
Fletcher's husband. Um,
Yeah.
like Simone Biles' husband, okay?
Oh
That we don't
yeah.
know his name anymore. His name's just Nell Fletcher.
Yeah, him, the Mr. Miss nails him. That's what
Maybe
we gonna
he
call
can
him. Nails him.
maybe he can redeem himself next season, but as of now, he is Nell Fletcher's husband.
Exactly. Nails him. Nails other. Um, I just liked how Mel got him together, gathered him. That gaslighting that he was doing, I was hoping that credit card didn't say decline. I wanted it to say it was going to decline.
For
Like,
480.
yes, I was like, yeah,
First
that's probably why he had to extra rating him to come up with that cash app. Because look, y'all not about to be having my cards being messed up nowhere.
I'm gonna say shout out to production for even leaving in the 480. I felt like that was
That was pure shade because he sat up there. Didn't Mel ask him, was these flowers for Sheree or something like that? So that must have been a time he was dealing with her and whatever.
uh,
But I'm glad she got him together. Mel was snatched in that scene and she came looking correct and gave him what it needed to give. She served him up some biscuits and syrup and everything else.
mhm.
Um, Oh gosh, Dummy and Dumber and Dumber. Tisha and her husband. That forced scene. I think he, like you said, he was playing, laughing, giggling. It was all kiki kaka, and then it fell flat. Tisha wasn't liking it, and I didn't know they were separated. So they were truly separated.
Well, you know what?
What a word on the curb.
Yep. there was a period, I think around 5th season, actually right after 4th season, I believe, had aired, where Marceau and Tisha remember they kept showing their date nights on the show or on their
Mhm.
internet, and he was sending Tisha love songs from his IG page every single day. He kept saying, "You're going to let them mess up our family." There was a song by what is that?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm. Mhm.
They call her Queen something.
Queen Naja.
Queen Naja. He played
Mhm.
that damn song every day. Would
Yep.
take pictures. He would
Yeah.
pull pictures of him and her wedding and their children and them and the family, all kinds of pictures. I was like, oh, they're broken up. They're trying to repair something because this isn't Marceau. So, okay, interesting.
Mhm. And Mel even said when her and Marceau met, um, was the early season when they met at the coffee shop, and she said, "I'm gonna laugh when Tisha leave your ass."
Leave your ass.
Yep. So
He was like,
that was, yeah, foretelling, or was already saying, that's it is what it is. But
everybody.
yeah, I'm so over the Scots. I'm just disgusted with the Scots. I just want to go ahead, and I don't know if we can go ahead with the reunion scenes. I don't know if you
You
want to talk about those.
talk about something that you saw there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I just had to laugh at Martell storming off. You're lying, and looking like a nutcracker from,
Mm-hmm.
the little nutcracker. He looked like a nutcracker storming off like a little kid. Like the little 5-year-old that the therapist talked about. He looked like the kid storming off, looking all crazy and upset and deranged and special. And Tisha is, I don't care what nobody say. She is not the type of friend that I would want to have. I've never outed my friends when we fell out. I've never had a mad day with anybody. I would never. I mean, they all do it, but like her, she's just despicable and disgusting and just vile with how she just spews her venom like her mama at people. That this reunion is gonna be something. I got to get me some wine and popcorn because it's gonna be something to watch. That's all I got.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you,
Thank
girl.
you for having me up. Happy New Year, everyone.
Same to you. I got a
Happy
few
New Year.
apps, guys. Thank you, Angela, and thank you, Renita. I appreciate y'all. I got them, honey. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get to the next one. Next one up is Simone Wealthy. Hey, Miss Simone.
Hey, good evening, Diana. Good evening, chat. Oh boy. Okay. I'll give
Simone
this.
said, I'm tired.
Oh man, I'll have to give this finale. I'm giving it a 4, and I'm only giving it a 4 because of the melody and Martell scene. But everything else was straight trash to me. Um, oh no, I take that back. I'll give it a 5 because I did enjoy the Stormy and her husband scene at the very beginning when they went to lunch or whatever. Um, now, where do I start? The Kimmy and Maurice. I mean, it's almost like she's groveling. Did it come off to you like that? I mean, it's like you just went through a heavy battle. You know how blessed you are to have gone through that, and you are laying out flowers and stuff. Now, I didn't mind the sexy picture. I thought that was cute. That's cute. But I mean, shouldn't that be in reverse? Shouldn't he be doing that for you because you survived? You know how many I have a cousin going through that right now, and it is tough. You know what I mean? It is tough.
I do. I,
I
I
mean, I'm
watched
trying not to cry, but it's like,
I
what are
watched
you
someone
doing?
I watched my mom pass, and I have to say, it's probably it's the most difficult thing you can do is watch someone be sick and not be able to help. You feel
Yes.
helpless. And so, I don't know, like I said, there was something else. It just felt like a very lopsided scene. And for her to ask, I thought you said you went to the gym and him to, oh, yeah, I did for 10 minutes. You don't even know
Exactly.
to lie to her, sir. What's wrong? What's going on over there?
He's lying, and she just lets it slide. She, he haws it off. And I mean, it was just disgusting to me. I mean, I don't want to dog her because she's gone through a lot, but I just feel so bad for what she's portraying and showing young women, because it is some women who probably do look up to her and in her marriage, and stuff like that. But that it is so lopsided. I mean, he just looks like a dunce, just sitting there like he doesn't have a clue in
Mm,
his head. There is no, he has love for her probably as a woman, as, a partner, but I don't see in love nowhere in him. I mean, nothing. But that
mhm.
was just disgusting. Let me move on from that because it was just so irritating to me. I mean, he should have been doing that for her. I mean, I would have thought since their production's pet, the Scotts are their pet, you would have thought one of the members of the production, like, hey man, let's set it up so you're doing this for her.
Mm,
Giving her a nice, maybe a diamond necklace or something, or something. But she's doing this for him.
yeah,
You got to be kidding me. But
yeah.
anyway, let's do who's I like Stormy and her husband. I like their relationship. I really like their relationship. They have a good yin yang situation going on. I like their talk. I like how he just, he tries to stay above the messiness. He asks, good questions. He just sits back and lets her, handle. He knows when to stop. And, I like them. I think that they're a good addition as far if we're just looking at couples.
I
Um,
thought that Courtney was the GOAT last episode. I like the way he was like looking at at Stormy, like, what are you doing? Like, I really enjoyed him
yeah,
last episode.
I did. When he said, we through team building,
That's true.
that
That is true, child.
he was funny. I like them. But okay, them and the other Scott Snots 1.0. I looking at that last scene, it tells me they are at that time, I know that's probably 6, 7 months ago, they are separated. They are not living a life together in the home together. He is looking at her in the last few episodes that I can see. He's looking at her with disgust. It
Mhm.
is he is and I always said this. I always said this. I've written probably in your comments and other people's comments. He will leave her before she ever leaves him.
Well, you know
He
what?
will.
You know what, Simone? He actually said that in Vegas. If you guys remember, he said, I told Tisha she will have to divorce me before I divorce her because I will never put my kids through what my dad put me through. Remember that?
Mm.
Said it on the bus with
Oh,
fellas, and that's when Lewis went back and told Tiffany, and Tiffany came and told it to Tisha, and that's when Destiny lost her shit. Go back and watch that scene.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
I want to thank Miss Linda Morehouse. Thank you. I appreciate you, hun. Got the Cash App. Okay, sorry about that.
No, 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 that's fine. That's fine. Well, it was just, and like you said before, when she started cussing, I'm like, wait, this is real now. That part, because she's not a good faker. She's not. When her emotions start bubbling up in her, she
Mhm.
has to be prepared. The script has to be laid out for her. She has to memorize that thing. She's not good on her feet when it comes to just going back and forth banter in these scenes. Just their own reality. And
Mhm.
honestly, I to me, I think production they need to be removed. I think they need a new production company because for this whole season to go on, their lawsuits for fraud have been in and out of not just blogs. I'm talking about the newspaper. It is public record, and for them not to mention anything but that little measly sentence he said that he was coming from, or she asked him how did court go or something about the attorneys or something. That's all we got and nothing else. I mean, that seemed the situation with her and Stormy, her using her intellectual property to create a little stupid website for her and white labeling those products. To me, that should have been more because if I was Stormy, I would be pissed. I'm sorry. Don't send it. I got enough problems over here. Don't be having people calling me because they're looking for your product and all this other stuff. I don't need all that extra stuff. But and the way she tried to go off on her at the reunion, that she got some nerve. She has some nerve. And again, going back to what I said originally, she can't do anything unless production has been holding her hand and telling her what to say. I don't think they babysit these snots. They do all of that, because the way she's going off at the reunion, that's rehearsed, because she can't just do that off her top of her head. I'm sorry. Her and Stormy, I can't wait to see what Stormy's response is going to be. But anyway.
Listen, Love Jazz said that Melody had made a comment earlier saying that she had to basically set someone out about something on the reunion. So we're going to get to see that. But yeah, Stormy looked like she was about to fight Tisha
Yes.
at reunion.
Yes. She looked like she was about to jump off that couch. Okay.
She sure did.
Ooh. And rightfully I'm not saying, they shouldn't get in no fight or anything like that, but the nerve, you literally, and just listening to so many of you content creators and people I know who handle, because one of my friends, she creates websites. They don't look up this stuff. You give them what you want on there. They go over that stuff with you. She gave him that stuff, whoever this creator, and they did not share the same website developer. She can that. I mean, they just be lying.
Already said she already put the truth out about that too. She said, I designed my own website. I did it from scratch. So Tisha got knocked out on all fronts. Okay.
Yeah.
She just blew the roof off of her little story.
Just lying. I mean, Stormy has more creativity with, I don't even believe she graduated. I can't remember. She may have done that, but she has more creativity than Tish sitting over here with 2-3 MBAs. I don't believe it. I don't care what she says. That heifer ain't got no damn MBAs. Okay, do you hear me? She is not. I mean, she misspells everything. She makes these blunders like this. Even if she was copying and pasting and sending that to that website developer, you know how many blunders this heifer has made with these 3-4 MBAs she got? No. If she was doing it online, at Auburn State, she was having someone else do that stuff, because ain't no way. Even just someone that just took a couple of business classes at the local community college wouldn't mess up as much as she does. Period. But anyway, let me get off her, because to me, they need to be off the show. I'm sorry, Dan. I know, you be, trying to cue us in for the show.
So
they need to go. They need to focus on the Fletchers. Okay.
Hold on one second. I was going to say, I'm going to let you stay up here, but I have a whole bunch of people that's kind of waiting to come in. So just stay up, and then I'm going to go to Kim, and I just want to make sure we can get everybody's opinion. So 1 second, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're okay. Hey, Miss Kim.
Hey, Miss Diana, how are you? I'm giving you your flowers today. I rated the show. I rated the show a 6+.
A 6+.
For me, because I was reading into it. I take my notes. So in the beginning, when Stormy and her husband were talking, was it just me? Was he looking like, you better not bring my family in this mess?
Yeah.
You don't bring my family up. I'm out of it, because production coming to me, and I ain't bringing my family up. And Lisa is like Kiki to me.
Oh, really?
Well, as far as the one, they want her to talk, but they really don't, because she knows some secrets.
Yeah.
She knows what you want me to come over here and keep mom for? I be coming. I come when I can. I come when I can. And ain't nobody else doing nothing. Why they can't come and break you out where you can go stay with Stormy and talk about me?
Oh, okay.
Storyline. Watch what I say. Okay. And what was the next episode? Let me turn my little paper. Okay. And as far as Maurice and Kimmy, Pac-Man, that's what I call him. Don't he look like Pac-Man?
I got to look at him again, child.
Pat girl. Oh my Lord. Anyway, he should have been laying those roses and flowers out for her, like the other caller said. And on top of it, they know doggone well when that door closed up, Kimmy was gonna turn to the side and do what she do for him. How did her libido go up that quick? And he's still drawing markers. She said, at least get a brown pencil, a brown marker. You know, and do it. She was mad,
when Kimmy
mad.
said when Kimmy said that she had went to the doctor and he said that this was as good as it was going to get for her,
Hmm.
I first off, can only imagine how devastating that would have been
It
to
was.
hear that you can't, you're fighting to get yourself back to what you thought was normal, and someone tells you this is as good as it's going to get, even though, I hope that is not true for her. I
You
hope
know, God bless Kimmy.
yeah,
Okay, she set her standards low in the beginning.
but yeah,
Before
having those
I'm not shaming her for the cancer. No, I would never do that. But she set her standards low. 7 years waiting on this man. She knew how he was. Talking about he was nailing and hammering stuff before then. Oh, he just stopped. Oh, if he stopped right when we got married, we would have right been getting a divorce. Period. Period. That's all it is. Okay. So, okay, that's a part of the 6 plus. And then we're going to move on over to Miss Tisha and Maurice. I believe half was true and half was scripted. Because do you remember they said they had put in a contract they didn't want to talk about their marriage?
yeah, I remember you guys.
Okay, that contract over. Because everybody, they've been looking at the online and the CCs and everything saying, okay, do you have to talk about your marriage?
Mm-hmm.
And you cheated. And like that movie Friday when they said he gonna cry when he go to the car.
For sure.
Tisha was crying when she turned her back and
That I believe. That's
because
true.
yes, everything is getting ready to come to the light. Okay. And
Mhm.
Miss Mel. Come on, girl. She even gave a little cheek under that little skirt. Like I'm gonna walk through here. I'm getting ready to be smelling good. He already know what he's missing, but I'm just getting ready to remind him because he hasn't been around me.
No.
And stop telling people that we cool. And Chris with his little snitching, he a snitch. Because he out there still in them streets with Martell. Anybody that's still taking Martell's side is still in them streets.
Oh my
That's my opinion, allegedly. Okay, that's
I
all.
agree.
So anyway, when he said that, when he was trying to say, and even Chris said, and did boy, look, stop lying. Just stop lying. And just stop lying. And he looked like he really wanted to jump over that table when she was cutting him. She was just like slicing him. No, no, we don't talk. No, we don't have any peace. And I believe Martell was looking over there at some cue cards.
We're not in a place of peace.
Right. We're not at a place of peace. You know it. We know it. Everybody knows it.
God.
And everybody's seen the tape. So everybody's got to come up with their own dirt in their lives, what's going on. So she sat there so cool as a cucumber. I love it. She's like, you're not going to make me mad. He wanted her to look like she was a crazy woman. He wanted her to scream and yell. Oh, yeah, she still wants me. That's what he wanted from Mel. But Mel didn't give it to him. And she crushed his face when she told him she had a date.
Uh-oh. Did she not? He turned so far to the side he almost turned backwards.
Girl, the devil came out. He was ready to fight Megan.
What am I sitting here? I was like, sir, it's your fault. You brought it on your damn self.
Right, right. And now he can't go back to production. See. Like you just was up there talking about cheating, and now this tape. I believe they mentioned that. She kind of, sort of mentioned it in a way. You're still doing stuff. So
Yeah,
no,
she did. She
no,
said everything that's on the internet,
exactly.
you did it. So
Yeah,
she spoke over it for sure.
you did it. And
Mhm.
she didn't want to mention peasant's name. She wanted to say you and your baby mama. She
That's
wanted to say it, but she kept her cool because she's like, got you.
yep,
Got you. And matter of fact, while you trying to out here make peace with me, why you not at home with our kids?
yep.
You have them for the week, right?
Right. That's right, Kevin. Mel has learned how to deal with it.
That's
Sit
right.
back, learn how to fight that mess, and she is sticking
Yes.
to it.
Yes, she has. And she's like, and I have to go now. It didn't necessarily mean after she cut all his cake, it didn't necessarily mean that she was going on a date
Her?
with some other man. She probably had another occasion,
That was funny.
anything else. But when she walked out that door,
Listen, Tina Turner, this is the most clever
Ooh,
I am I am cracking up. God.
I hit the floor. I fell completely on the floor. I said I didn't know it was gonna be like this. But she cut
Right.
him. She cut him. She cut him to the white meat.
She did.
All the white meat was out. And Mel was like, no longer will you have me on here looking all belligerent and crazy like I want you and have my kids thinking I'm that kind of woman. Do you realize that they're going to see that one day?
That's true.
I'm
That's
not going to tell my kids about you. They're going to grow up and find out about you, including Knox head. He's going to find out too. But it's going to be fine because they're all his children. He needs to repent, tell the truth, and say, hey, yeah, I did mess up and I cheated first. You did not cheat on me. I just put it on out there. Just put it out there and stop trying to run on.
it.
He's never, ever, I don't believe that he quite bright.
Kim, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go over to DH Sobers, but you are welcome to stay up, and we'll come back to you. This is probably the closest that we have gotten to Martell admitting things. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, I apologize for that. When she was like, all the people that you sent after me, I apologize for that. And then, you know,
Yeah.
in the same breath, he took it back and said, well, I didn't do anything. But his mind was like going in circles at this point. It was hard for him to take it all in. You got this woman across from you, someone that you have probably been waiting. Like I said, he was
Yes.
doing the Mr. Fingers, everything gonna fail kind of thing. And she had turned it on him.
Yes. He was like,
Right
we
by
were good. We were good together. Remember? Remember, Mel? Like, I
he
don't
said,
remember. I don't want to remember that.
our
You
marriage
remember.
was a success. Our marriage was a success. It really was. It really was, Mel. I was like, damn. When he was doing that, Mel was like, mm-hmm,
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
No, I'm a success.
That girl was cracking me up. Anywho, I
Oh,
appreciate you. I'm gonna go to DH Sobers, and you can stay up here, and we'll come back up. Okay.
okay.
All right.
Oh,
Hey, DH Sobers.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
Awesome. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm going to start off. I thought the show was pretty good tonight.
I
I'll give
liked it
it,
too.
yeah, I can give it a good 9.5,
Okay.
possibly. Um,
Okay.
I liked how they tried to close out everything and make it a little bit more connected
Mm-hmm.
instead of disjointed. And
Mm-hmm.
before I get into the episode, I binge watched Bell Collective the entire season the last 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
and that show's really good. Love and Marriage needs to step up because Bell Collective really has it going on. I just
Really?
want to, yes,
I can't
Yes, they do.
yes,
and I
they do.
don't get to watch it the way I want to, but I'm gonna binge watch it too. I'm gonna binge watch it
They
tomorrow,
have,
probably.
I mean, some of the drama is petty, but it to me it all seems natural, and everyone is telling their true story
Okay.
instead of on Love and Marriage. We got to keep saying, well, we don't know if production cut it. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't get the full stories. We get bits and pieces
Well,
and
you know
chops.
what though? Just to be fair, Bell Collective doesn't has a bunch of stuff leaking on the internet, whereas
True.
Love and Marriage does. So it's constantly being compared. I think if it didn't have all the stuff on the internet, then we probably wouldn't think about it the same.
Mm-mm, Diana, no, 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 no. They got a different production team. They have
Oh,
to have a
Mhm.
they don't
different
have the
production
same.
team.
They
They
got
they
the
can't. They can't because
They
the
can't.
way it flows is totally
Right.
different. They
okay,
are telling their truth. They are living their truth.
okay,
I'm sorry, Miss. I didn't mean to
That's
cut you
fine.
off, but I agree 100% with what she's saying.
okay,
Bell Collective is way better. I'm sorry.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead, Miss Tia
No
Sobers.
problem, no problem. I wanted to start off with Tisha and Marceau. Um, it was weird that Tisha's supposed to be 85% owner, but Marceau is telling her all the projects as if she doesn't know what's going on, and so you know they're not making any sense
Mm-hmm.
um, as a whole. They're just not making um, any sense. And Tisha got a lot of nerve at the reunion talking about Stormy not paying her invoices. And I'm just like, who are these people? Like, how do you, when you have all of these lawsuits and all these other issues with people and not doing work correctly? But that's all I have to offer for that. I just find Marceau, sometimes he's funny and I can see how he's added value to the show, but I feel like sometimes he's just so cruel to Tisha.
Oh, okay.
It it's almost like Matilda, Miss Trenchbull, just mean for no reason. And you know your wife doesn't have the wit to go with you toe to toe, but you take every opportunity to tear her down.
Well, we're going
And
to get to see a different side of her at that reunion, child. It looks like
yeah,
somebody says somebody's going to get her revved up.
right, but never towards the people, in my opinion, who deserve the person who deserves it the most, because he's constantly embarrassing his wife, the mother of his three children, on TV. They can have conversations, they can have disagreements, but he doesn't have to, he be giving her headshots, that why would you want to do your wife like that on TV? The line about the canvas beauty was 100% correct, but that's still your wife.
Listen, we needed to get over that when Marceau told Tisha at the bar, oh, you're going
Right.
to play the role of the jealous
The
wife.
jealous wife.
When he said that to
Yeah.
her, when she was all upset about Melody interrupting their date night, that was
Right.
all we needed
To
to see.
me, it's not about the unproven cheating rumors with him. It seems like every scene they have together, he is taking the opportunity to dig at her and rip out a piece of her soul. And she just sits there and takes it. And for the life of me, I don't understand it, and I don't have any respect for
Because they've
her
been
because
married
of
for
that.
so long and it's been
Right.
happening for so long. When it got to television, she never saw anything about her marriage as a
Right.
problem when it came to
And what I told myself in 2024, I'm 41 going on 42. I no longer have energy for women who put themselves in those type of situations. So you're cool with your husband constantly treating you like that. I no longer have anything to say. And with that, I'll segue into Kimmy. I was sorely disappointed in Kimmy tonight.
Mhm.
I was, as a woman, who's been through some things in life, and I'm married. And if I sneeze and get a cold, my husband's like, "You okay? What you is there anything else you need? You all right?" Checking on me constantly. And for her to feel at her big age that she doesn't deserve to be taken care of is very sad. Very, very sad. And I know we dog Maurice, but she allows it. She doesn't raise her standards, and she's okay with being fourth place in his life because everything else comes before her. And the little crumbs that he gives her, she worships them. And it's so incredibly sad. I don't understand it. And so my heart goes out to her. Hopefully she can get some therapy and pump herself up and let her know that she is worthy of being loved and cared for and taken care of properly. She is worthy. And hopefully Jalen can help her. I mean, I don't know. I was just completely lost with that, and actually a little heartbroken that a woman who's accomplished so much at her age
Mhm.
to for this marshmallow, like uh, anyway,
Beige. Beige. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, Miss CH Sobers, I'm gonna kick it over to Cheryl. You are welcome to stay up if you'd like.
okay.
Hey, Miss Cheryl.
Hi, Diana. How you doing, babe?
Uh,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Hi,
child.
Diana. Oh, God.
We
Child,
changed the
child.
outfit.
Oh, child.
All
Well,
right. What you got, girl? What do you rate it?
Stormy scene. I'm gonna give it a 6,
Okay.
and that 6 goes to Melody and Melody only.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Cause Stormy, I really ain't really care to see her and Petty Betty, the same mother who she allowed to talk to Melody kind of way and come at Melody and said nothing and did nothing. I can't just get over that just like that. And
Mm-hmm.
then she was the one hanging with the Scots in the videos, dancing with them, aligning herself with them. And now all of a sudden she got a problem with them. Of course, I don't blame her. I mean, this is Letitia we talking about. The one that likes to copy everybody and
Mm-hmm.
copy off everybody else. But she aligned herself with them,
Mm-hmm.
after pretending to be Mel's friend. But anyway, I didn't really pay that scene any attention. And as far as Kimmy, I'm tired. I'm so tired of her dry box. I'm tired of hearing,
Oh
I'm tired of hearing about her for JJ. And I'm because she, this is the same person who windmilled for Martell and tried to defend him when she saw what he put Melody through. And she sat in that kitchen and defended him like she's done before. To
no.
me, she's male identified. She got side chick behavior, and she's a pygmisha.
All
It's
right.
just that simple. Because no way would them pedals would be going down the yellow brick road, because they would definitely not be in that household. No, we not having no romantic evening after how you devalued me and made me feel like shit. Excuse my language. While I was going through the roughest time of my life, roll over and suffer through it. No, that wouldn't be forgotten. There would be no romantic evening with Maurice. And when he tried to take the shirt off, I said, "Oh no, please, I'm eating. Don't take that shirt off. Please. I want to eat here."
Jenny said you forgot a name. She said what? She said just go on ahead and add coleslaw onto the list of names, child.
Exactly.
Coleslaw number 2.
It's just utterly absurd. The fakery, just the fakery of it all. Kimmy puts herself in that position. You don't let no man devalue you, whether you're sick or not. So you let a man disrespect you in that way, and she allows it. And if you don't have a penis attached to it, she ain't taking up for you, because she take up for men. She don't take up for women. I've seen her too many times do it. So I don't really care for Kimmy too much. And Martell, little buddy.
Oh no.
Little buddy.
What you got on little buddy, child?
He got put in his place, which Melody already signed, sealed, and delivered it when she gave him back that op name, Hope. She gave that name back to him. That should have sealed it right there. But no, he continues to keep wanting peace. In the words of Girlfriend Chronicles, who was just up here, no justice, no peace. He ain't getting no peace. He ain't never gonna get no peace. You go out here and try to put out a revenge plea on your ex-wife and not think one time, just doing that, your children can see that one day. But even though he didn't, but not thinking, oh, my kids can see that one day. I would never do that. He didn't think like that. No, he's been on this smear campaign against Melody from day one. He's a narcissistic a-hole that thought that he still had that control over Melody. Well, she showed him tonight. She put him in his place. You don't control me no more. I love that she sat there, looked him dead in the eye, and let him know there's no peace for us, and there never will be no peace for us. And he's period. Martell is a master manipulator. And if you don't know how to come back at him, please. Yes.
We're not in a place of peace.
That's right. Go ahead, Melody. I love Melody. She got that self love, and she choose her. And he can't stand that she elevated without him. He is killing him to see her looking good, smelling like money, looking like money. It drains that demonic energy that's inside of him. So, and he gonna need 20 more eye surgeries, because he gonna be losing lots more sleep after sitting across from that table.
I'm gonna stop you so you can get into 2024.
That's all I gotta say.
You might not get into 2024. You keep this up, but you are losing it on these people. It's hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. You always welcome up here. Okay, hey, review hour. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What did you think of the show, girl? What you rated?
I gave it an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Yeah. For the most part, I laughed at things that probably were not meant to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Melody, I was so proud of her. I was so proud. If I had a daughter, that's how I would give her the assignment. This is how you do it. Go in there and do exactly what she did.
Listen,
She
That's right.
I'm
walked in like a
telling you.
That's right.
yes. She walked in like a work of art. She made him admire her. Then she turned around and cut him off at the knees and
Mm.
walked
Wow.
out.
It was, I
I
mean,
was like,
listen,
yes,
when people say, like, you really only see that shit in movies, to be honest.
That's
But when
right.
you got it in books, you see it in a movie. I have not seen it played out like that on a reality TV show ever. But
yes,
that was the harshest thing that could ever happen to someone. And it was
yes.
amazing.
I was so proud of her, and I can't explain it. I was proud of her, and I said at that moment, I said, if I had been blessed with a daughter who had gone through something similar like her, that's what I
Mhm,
would want her to do. If he requested a meeting, of her, this is what you need to do when you walk in.
mhm.
And let me think of Kimmy. I, I get angry at Kimmy from at the character, not her personally. But I get angry because she and I are in the same age bracket, and I just want her to, how would you say, just have more. I just care more about herself,
Mhm.
and less about him. I'm not
Mhm.
saying for her not to care for her husband, but care more about yourself.
Right.
And I think her biggest mistake is is that she married someone that is a tad bit younger than her, and I don't know how much younger.
I think 11 years.
11, okay. And this is something that you can't, when you marry, especially a woman, you marry someone that's younger, you're always going to age first. And
Mhm.
that can be in your looks, your body. And then she had dealt with cancer, so that doesn't help what is already designed by God to happen anyway. And I think that is going to be her issue, because she's always going to have to, or think that she needs to work harder to look younger, act younger, um, be active like a younger woman,
Mhm.
because he's going to age behind her and she's going to age first. And I don't know if she's going to be able to handle that. I
Mm-mm.
just don't know. And it shows now.
Yep.
She's trying so hard
Yep.
to be that younger woman for him, but that's God's design for all of us. As we get older, the face is going to change, the movement's going to change. Health may not be like the health of a 18-year-old girl,
Yep.
and she has to accept that. But I don't know if she's ready to accept that.
Nope.
And so that I end up being angry with her. Then I get sad for her, because we all have to go through that, and may go through some type of illness, hopefully not. But if we do, this is the thing that everybody has to face and be accepting of. And I don't think she has it in her to do that. And she may have to deal with that. He may one day wake up and say, hey, I need someone my age. I need someone that can reciprocate what I want to give, when it comes to all of those superficial things.
You
And
are right. That is the risk you run.
that's the
Mhm.
risk. That's the
Yep.
risk. And Marceau and Letitia, I can honestly say that, from what I saw, it seems as if they were acting. I thought of a church play, when you go to a church play, a smaller church, and they're up there, they got a skit going on. That's what I saw.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
they could have been real. It could have been very real for them, but to me, it was just acting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it looked like.
And Stormy, last but not least, it was not. It was so funny to me, because when she walked in, she saw her grandmother, and she was up on her grandmother. Then she said, "Hug me, give me a."
I know.
I was like, usually, a grandmother hadn't seen her grandchild, be like, she's, or he is the one to say, give me a hug. But she was like, give me a hug. And I even thought, looking at them, because each time they all got together in their scenes, they all gathered in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what's up with that? It just looked so staged. And they were fighting over who's going to take care of Mama. But when I saw Mama, because they did pan the camera over to her earlier, and I was like, Mama just looked like she want to go to the casino or
Mm-hmm.
the bingo. And she's probably said, Stormy, you just keep the money coming because ain't none of them taking care of me. All I care about if they get me to bingo or the casino. I don't give a damn where I go and stay.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
she didn't seem and I
Happy.
don't know, mentally, if as far as if she's there, as far as dementia or anything like that, but she seemed to be in better shape than what they were portraying her to be.
Correct.
And so I didn't understand why everybody was fussing on who's gonna stay with her. Mama looked like she can handle her own.
But she did look good. You're right.
Yeah,
She did seem alert and aware and just trying to, deal with the family.
yeah, yeah. So I just wonder, I guess, were they making that up? I'm not saying that they they don't have to be there for their mom because she is older, but I
Yes.
wonder if it was as serious as they were trying to make it.
Well, they may have, I think someone had suggested earlier that maybe there was too much music in the scenes to take out. So
Hmm.
it could have been one of those scenes that they had to put together quick.
Uh-huh.
Because it did just seem, because we hadn't heard about Stormy's family in a minute. Like I had no idea it would be like one of the things that they closed out with. They didn't even show it as a part of the previews.
Exactly. Because I was thinking that they're going to show that party, but like you said, too much music in it, but that's all. That had me laughing because it just didn't seem real to me, again, especially when they were all standing in a circle. I'm like, what are you all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why it just seemed very staged and phony.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
I understand, honey.
and that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Review Hour. You know that you're always welcome up. You're welcome to stay up if you'd like. Um, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I know I said thank you.
Okay. And then I'm going to go to Hyatt, and then we're going to have Tony. You're going to be our last one. And then I'm going to go back up to Simone and anybody else who wanted to close out. So, hey, Hyatt, how are you?
Diana, I'm sorry. I'm going to go down, okay? It's Cheryl. I'm going to go down.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Thanks for letting me come up, babe.
Anytime. I hope
Happy
to
New
see you
Year.
next week. Okay. Bye-bye, Cheryl.
Bye, chat. Bye. Bye.
Happy New Year. Okay. Hey, Miss Hyatt, how are you? First, let me just make the announcement, child. 1,272 of you are in the chat. Make sure that you hit the like button, become a subscriber if you have not. And join me if you can, okay? Okay, sorry about that. Did I lose Hyatt? What happened to her? Okay. Hey, Tony.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes, I hear.
Cool. So I gave this episode a 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I just felt like it could have been, it could have been like less than that, but I'm just giving it some type of grace. I kind of feel like the episodes don't flow well. I don't know what Carlos is doing behind the scenes, but I feel like this show is just like hops all over the place. Like the episodes from last week don't kind of flow into this week.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm just kind of confused with the Stormy situation. Like she's having a fish fry, but she don't know how to fry fish. It was just weird. Like everything. Like I'm like, what we mad about? Because I could have sworn like when they had the episode at first when the families was arguing, I thought it was about like her. They were mad because she fired her cousin. But then it turned into nobody taking care of the mama. Like, I don't want to say anything bad, but I feel like we're missing something and something ain't quite right with the Stormy, the mother and a sister. I don't want to say anything like maybe alcoholism, but it's just it's some stank on there that I just can't quite put together. Because maybe that's the reason why she has like this deep connection with Kiki, because she maybe been through some stuff for her family. But I definitely I sense something going on there. And then
Listen, I actually agree with everything you
okay,
said.
so,
Thank
okay,
you
I ain't
for even
crazy.
saying it because I was like, wait a minute, that does
Okay.
feel like it might be the situation.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to go deep into what I really think it is, but
And
I'm gonna
just
leave it surface as alcohol, and we're gonna keep it right there.
this is
And
a discussion about or excuse me, reality TV pop cultures for entertainment purposes only.
yes, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And then the hotel scene with Kimmy. Now, I believe this was like a play on what Maurice did maybe 2 seasons ago at the finale
Mm-hmm.
when he had like the hotel scene with her.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, he didn't sign up for it. And I'm so confused because he did. Like,
He
he
certainly
signed
did.
up for it. Like, my husband had cancer twice, and I signed up for it. But I'm sure she didn't think that she signed up for a man that was going to get on TV and talk about how short her hair was when she was going through chemo and radiation. I'm sure she didn't sign up for that, but that's what she
Right.
got. So I
Right.
thought that was a little bit, but as I said, sometimes with Carlos King, you know, things don't quite. I feel like he's the Tyler Perry of reality TV show. Like the storyline don't never wrap up. It just keep going, keep going, and keep going, and you never get like can we get to the end and do something new?
There's no satisfaction, is it?
Yes,
I
because
just had this conversation.
wrap it
literally
up.
said this
Wrap it
in my
up. Let's
last
go on to something else. This cannot, sex cannot be the only thing that y'all got going on. Like, we got to talk about something else because that don't make that's weird. And
Correct.
then the Martell and Mel, I'm like, I love Mel, but she had Martell like flustered when she said she had a boyfriend. He was like, he didn't even know what to do after that. He was kind of lost at the table, but he did admit that he lied about her cheating on him when she brought up how he was saying she was cheating on him when they were at where were they at the lake house or wherever they were at last week.
He did admit it.
Yeah, he was like, well, he in a roundabout way. He didn't say she didn't do it.
Possibility. It was
Yes.
a possibility.
But he was going so hard last week, like you just caught her in bed with somebody. Martell is.
And Melody said, "You a goddamn lie," and she said it twice. You a goddamn lie. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and then I feel like a lot of people they must, because I be in a lot of different like chat rooms and stuff, and they be going so hard on Mel. And I heard somebody saying like they felt like she was doing too much to him. But I'm like, do y'all know what Martell be doing in the background? There's no way you can come and try to take my kids from me, try to release a tape on me, and think I'm gonna sit across the table from you and be nice. Like, yeah, I don't even why you even think that would be possible. And I think that a lot of women, because the majority of the time it's women, they wouldn't be nice either. Like, if somebody try to mess with your kid, like, that's a whole different level. And I'm surprised that she even blessed him with her presence, because I wouldn't have sit at the table. But I understand it's Carlo King, so we gotta do that.
Let me say, when I first heard him say that mess in second season, after she had just had Sugar Mama, I literally gasped, and I rewound that television at least 3 times. I was like, wait a minute, because I could not believe my ears. When he said it again, when they had sat down for tea or something, he had just gotten divorced. He had talked to Lewis about it. Like, I want to see the kid. And Lewis was like, you need to be careful about bringing that subject up. Like, that's the wrong thing to do. Like, test the temperature. Think about this. Don't do it. And he did it again. And I went, what the hell am I watching? Like, what man gets away with this? It was absolutely horrible. But that is his character. He has shown it to be him through and through and through. And I don't know how anybody, like, there's nothing else left.
And that's why even she by Sheree don't want to fool with him. I don't feel like people, because Martell looks good on the outside, but everybody sees his character. He I think he broke. He just give broke vibes. So
then the huge head. I did see him in person. He has a big head.
Does he?
It's huge.
Well, he also said he had a curve too, so maybe that's what it is.
A what?
A curve.
No, honey. Not on this New Year's Eve almost. We're not having
not a curve. not on this New Year's Eve. Not today.
Not today. No, thank you.
And I just thought the whole scene with Mars Suits and Tisha was just very unnecessary because I don't know what we got from it. She won an office, but she been wanting an office for like the last 5 seasons. She want her house done, but that's 5 seasons ago. Like, wrap it up. Find something else to talk about. We need new drama because this ain't working no more. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, well, you've said plenty, Tony. I appreciate you coming up and talking, and I hope you come back too because you're hilarious. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Y'all have a good New Year's.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm going to go to Hyatt first because she dropped down by accident, and then she changed back up. So I'm going to go Hyatt, and then I'm going to do Red, and then we're going to go back up to Simone, okay? All right. Hey, Hyatt.
Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Welcome to the channel. What do you rate?
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Okay, you guys can hear me fine, right?
I hear you perfect. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Perfect. Happy New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve over here, so
Happy New Year.
looking forward to tonight.
Yes, yes, yes.
I would rate the episode a solid 5. And that all goes to Melody. I think Melody was a great representation of what setting your boundaries is and not allowing someone to gaslight you. And I just admired seeing that in this episode. I think that was the only good thing about this episode. In regards to Kimmy and Maurice, I think Kimmy just, I felt very triggered and offended by her scene. It was just very disturbing. Like, I don't know, I feel like she offended, and I can only speak to one group, but I feel like she offended 3 groups of people, in my opinion. Allegedly, I really do think she offended those who have gone through cancer and have not survived, those who have gone through cancer and who have survived, and those who are the caretakers, the family, the loved ones, those who are around those who either, survived or didn't survive, right?
Right.
And I can speak to those groups of people who were the potential caretakers and the people who've lost loved ones. Like, how are you going to go an entire season battling cancer or going through your journey and just talking about your libido? Like, how dare you? Like, and how dare production initially when they introduced her her story, they made it seem like it was just so like, how do I say it, like, just so impactful, and it's influenced many people to go and get checked. And yes, maybe so, but like, how are you not going to continue that and talk about your recovery, to your physical strength, how your loved ones are dealing with it? Why don't we see Monster's perspective? You spent a portion of the season debating about this child's behavior. How do we not address other people and her loved ones like experience? How is she not talking about how she's dealing with it? How is she not talking about just herself? Like, it's just, I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. Like, it's just so disgusting, like the way I feel like handled it. And although I get it, it's her experience and it comes down to what we see and what we don't see, but even production, it's like, come on, Carlos, like, really? This is what you have to offer us? I
was going to say, I think they probably thought like it was a natural transition since that's where they started. Remember when they were talking to Dr. Francis? So they were there before she knew she had cancer. And then the cancer thing popped up during the mid-season. She had found out, and then they went into the cancer journey and then brought it back to the sex conversation. Maybe they thought that was just like a natural progression to what the audience may have wanted to hear. It just didn't sit well for anyone.
Fair enough. Like, I think that's fair enough. Like, address that in 2 episodes, maybe. Great. That's your experience. Like, we want to see your reality. Was that really your entire experience of battling cancer? Was that really your entire experience? Were you sitting at home thinking about that? And the production, I can't even really blame Kimmy or Maurice. It's like, production, you guys want an entertaining show. You guys want an impactful show. You guys are, your community of people is us Black women. Like, how dare you? Like, I don't know, maybe I just took it too serious, but I felt very offended. Like, some of our loved ones didn't make it through, and this is what you're talking about. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, yes, it's a natural progression. Talk about your libido, but Maurice, like, are you serious? Is that all you think about in your life? Like, do you
Right.
work? Do you have a job? Do you spend time with do you spend time with what's her name? Her son? Who's her baby daddy? Like, who is Jalen's father? Like, I have so many questions. Like
I have
why
to
can't she say the word cancer? Why? Like, the whole message is F cancer. Are you saying it to make your husband feel comfortable? Are you showing us that what really matters to you is a man? I feel like and I feel really, I pity her. Like, I feel like I really, I pity her. You know what I mean? I have sympathy for her. Like, I don't have any empathy for her. Like, she's just, I feel like, ruined. And I get it. Like, it's just her experience. Like, it's production too. It's very conflicting when you looking at it as a viewer, and it's like, what else do you have going on in your life? And how dare you have you have all this opinion about Melody, Martell, and what you think, or, making statements like, oh, I say someone cheats, the whole relation, like, that's it. Everyone can go ham. Absolutely. You've already broken the contract. The contract is null and void. You're just so vocal about this. And it's like, you're a registered nurse as well. Like, is she not thinking about her life outside of the show, the reputation? Like, if she was my nurse, I wouldn't want her caring for me. Like, it's like, that's really, and this show's an international show. Like, you're crossing all the oceans. Like, everyone's watching in all over the world, and this is what you're really production, Carlos King. Like,
what?
this is really what you're showing. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that scene. Maurice looked very uncomfortable. I think he probably felt like I don't know. To me, it was like that scene really emasculated him, as it should have. Because how dare is she walking in there thanking you for that? Like, like, she's thanking him. And it's like, what are you thanking him for? All we've seen all season is this guy complaining and talking about sex. I haven't seen him make a milkshake for her. Like, you don't see him,
So
that scene. Huh?
Oh, I was going to say, Tony actually, she said
Did you say something?
She wanted to respond to you. Yeah. So, Haya, just a second, because you were asking some questions, and Tony said she wanted to respond to you. So I'm going to let her respond to you.
Yeah. Yep.
I get what you're saying, that Kimmy could have shown more, but I think that for her, maybe that was all she could show. Maybe the other part that we want to see, that maybe more, this could be more entertaining to you as a viewer, is more painful for her. So, I mean, my husband went through it twice, and as a caregiver, like, I get it. It's just some part of the story that you just don't feel comfortable, because it's depressing, it's stressing. You don't like yourself. I mean, how many times have she said that she don't find herself pretty? So to go through that whole journey and watch her go through stuff like that, maybe that was kind of hard for her to really to talk about, because it got to be hard for any woman to sit on television and talk about. So, I mean, in my opinion, she deserves a little bit of grace, but I get what you're saying.
I'll say that some of the best scenes that Kimmy has ever had on the show, period, has been with Kiowa. It either had something to do with Kiowa or the kids. She seems to be better engaged with those scenes than she is with Maurice, because Maurice is actually he's the person who's intolerable for a lot of us.
Yeah, and she looks uncomfortable as well. And I get what you're saying. Like, she does deserve grace, and I try, like, after this, I try to give her that grace, and she gets that grace, like, regardless, because she's someone who's going through something. Like, it's like, I don't know. And like I said, it's something personal. Like, when you watch a show, you relate to certain things in a different way, and it's like, okay, maybe I don't know. It's like, I get it. Now that she said she does deserve grace, that can make me feel like, okay, maybe I'm being a little too harsh, but I just still feel like production, okay, you don't want to address anything else? stop talking about your libido every episode. Stop talking about that. Okay, cut it out. You don't want to address everything else. You speak about where you're comfortable in. Stop talking about that. Who's Jalen's father? You know, how is what's going on? Like, there's more to it. What's your regular life? What is your job? What does she do? Like, how is she handling work during this time? You know, what's her experience at work? Is that something that she's uncomfortable sharing with? Like,
No, she's
what does she choose?
she's talked about it. She said she has no relationship with Jalen's father, that Jalen's father actually took her to court for full custody. She had shared that on Carlos King's channel, on his interview channel. And she said that to Melody as well, when Melody had taken her for some sort of, I don't know if it was massage, something she had taken her to, maybe it was like abs or something like that. And she was talking to her about it on the side. I know sometimes we forget, but she was talking about it. She was like, you're a real one for that, because I don't mess with Jalen's dad at all. I don't, she said she had went through some stuff like that. And that's when Melody said, were you a side chick? Because that's the rumor, that you were a side chick. She said, absolutely not. Never, ever fooled with Maurice until, you know what I'm saying? But that's still a question, right? And then she actually resigned nursing, because that was something that Maurice wanted her to do, so that she could work full time. And now they have a title company.
Real estate, right?
Real estate. Yep. And they've talked a little bit about that, but that's the incubator that they're building. And I think they filmed in there maybe 3 times a season, 3 or so.
Do you think maybe production did capture a lot of the things that I was addressing, like talking about in terms of other things going on? Like, she reserves the right to show what she wants. Do you think maybe they've captured? Because I've thought, okay, production, they probably captured it and thought, not interesting. They just want to stick to this one storyline because it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm sure she doesn't feel comfortable talking about that constantly. Like, she may not feel comfortable about other things, but I'm sure, like, Kimmy seems like someone who's intelligent, like educated. She's got like, that's why it's shocking. Like, it's shocking, and it's easy.
I think I agree with Tony now that she shed some light on it, but I didn't think about it like that. Like, she's in real time living out something, and we're as the audience are trying, because usually people have some time to live through it and then they can talk about it differently in a way that's more palatable. I don't think that she had that opportunity to say, I'm in this journey and I'm in this place. She didn't have that opportunity because she found out she had cancer right before the show started filming. And then she said, I was going to quit the show, but she got talked into, she said, Maurice said, you should probably let this be a part of the journey. And so the best way I can explain it, I say this to my sister all the time, Cassius Clay did not know he was Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to live some years to figure it out. When to everybody else, he's like this icon, an idol, and oh my God, you've changed so much for Black people and the things that you were saying on that stage. And he was like, listen, I was just doing what I normally do. I don't know what it is that you guys are, like. So it's one of those things. I think she probably didn't know how to tell the story. So she tried to tell it through the mirror.
I really hope for her sake that the people around her, who love her and are directly connected to her, really reinforce to her that she deserves a spouse who caters to her, who supports her, who does everything in his power to limit the stress in her life. She deserves that, she deserves to be wined and dined, like, she deserves all of that, and when I was watching that scene, I wish it was him that set it up for her. I wish it was him thanking her for, despite what she was going through, she was still there. She was still thinking about his needs. Like, I wish production had the respect to at least close off that way. I think
there's a lot
maybe that's just
there's a lot of people who feel the way you feel. So I'll say that there's a lot of people that feel the way you feel. But in Tennessee Girl, sometimes when you're going through something that devastating, you don't always know how to articulate what it is that you're experiencing until you're on the other side of it. All of your energy is going into just getting better. That's all. That was all I was saying. So I lost Hyatt again. Anyway, I appreciate you for coming up, because I'm going to get this wrapped up. But I do appreciate you for coming up, and I hope that you can come back. And now we are going to move on to Red. Oh, Hyatt kid, come back. But we're gonna move over to Red. Hey, Red.
Hey, how are you tonight?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
What do you rate the
Um,
show, ma'am?
I rate it a, I would say an 8.5.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I, and the reason that I rated it an 8.5 is because, um, we have been waiting so long for Melody to be able to get to a point where um Martell's antics just doesn't phase her anymore, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And just for, us to see his antics
Mm-hmm.
and how he just pretty much he just is a big kid. He just, if he doesn't get his way or if no one believes him, he absolutely throws a temper tantrum like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to he he can't even believe his own lies. That's why he couldn't keep a straight face. When he was trying to talk with her, because he knew that he has done nothing but cause her so much turmoil, so much misery. His goal was to break her.
Oh wow.
And when she did not break, but instead she rose high, and she's still been high, and he cannot deal with that. And for this man to say, oh, if I had have known um, it was going to cause this kind of damage, I don't know what man would think that if you step out on your wife, it's not going to cause damage. Just his logic is just crazy. I just couldn't understand how he could even form his mouth to say that, to say, oh,
Right.
if I just didn't know that it was gonna cause our marriage to end and blah blah this and blah blah that. But I mean, he's kind of said that before, but then like she said, then he would turn around and do something absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He still wants to have control over um what she pretty much says and does. If he doesn't like the truth. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he just doesn't like the truth because her truth is her truth. And even if he doesn't like it, it's still her truth. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just, and you can't change that. That's something that you just have to deal with,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I'm so over him. The man just, he doesn't have a storyline unless it's given male some type of issue. The Scots, I've been over them. They just, yeah, I'm just over them. Um, Kimmy, hmm, Kimmy.
Yes. Kimmy.
Um,
Child, you can't
yeah,
get it through your brain, huh? You're
yeah. I, hmm, yeah. As an older woman, I'll say this: as an older woman, just looking at the interaction between her and her husband tonight, I don't get it. I just, I absolutely don't get it, because when you get married, your mate is supposed to be your best friend. They're supposed to know the good things about you, the bad things about you. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. And I just don't feel like you should have to change how you speak, because she speaks in when she speaks to him, it's like she sounds like a little girl, like a little kid. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like, even with you going through what you said you've went through, and I've said this before, I doubt it, because you're giving a false impression of that this journey with, what she went through,
Mm-hmm.
allegedly, and in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
um, was easy. I mean, it just, I just felt like she could have been on a reality show. That's what it is. You're supposed to show your life. And I just feel like she closed herself off to that.
Mm-hmm.
And because Maurice was out there saying what he was saying, being insensitive, then you're now once again having to come to his rescue and change the narrative and give the public another perception, a better perception of him, that he was actually supportive, and he was everything that you absolutely needed, even though he told you to just roll over and suffer through it. I
Yeah,
mean, you just can't take that back. So, I mean, it's
that's
never
pretty
been,
much
yeah. And then I'm like, and then she's like, oh, I just can't.
it. Okay. Well, girl, I understand
Yeah.
now. I do. I do. I do. I
Hmm.
appreciate you for coming up and sharing
Thank you.
your
Thank
heart.
you. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
Happy
do
New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to all of you. Okay. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me all year long. Y'all have been amazing. I absolutely love y'all as a group. You're smart. You're funny. Okay. You have a lot of experience and knowledge on things. It is great conversation. Always, always, always. I want to do just a lightning round with Simone. And I didn't know if you also had some more that you'd like to offer, Miss Kim. So I will give you guys
Yes,
uh,
ma'am.
a minute
Yes.
on the mic. I'll let you start first, Miss Simone, because Miss Simone, I'm
Okay.
gonna give you 2 minutes because I know you said that you wanted to speak on another subject. So I'll let you go.
Yeah, well, when it's been a while because
Oh,
I
okay.
was trying to look, but I was want to speak to the older woman, younger man situation. I
Yes.
think in this situation, I just don't see them in love or him in love with her. I can speak from for myself, but just women in my family. My mother's older than my father. I have aunt who married a man who was 11 years younger than her. I saw love there. There was love when she got sick and, she had health issues. He took great care of her. There was no doubt that he was not in love with my aunt. I had another aunt who married someone who was almost 10 years older or younger than her. The same thing. I just don't see it with these people that we're looking at on TV, her making excuses for him. And just like the lady before said, almost acting like a little girl or something when trying to talk to him. Because I understand she's probably trying not to emasculate him or whatnot, but it's just the logic of the things that he's saying and doing, his actions just don't match up, and you can't tell me as a woman of her age. I mean, just it's like she was just I mean, she's so dumbed herself down for this man. And if she didn't want to talk about her journey of her health issue, then they needed to knock them down to a friend of the show or get off the show while she was going through that. They would have had something to talk about when they came back, if they allowed them back. Because just like what you said earlier, she asked, she was thinking about stepping down, but he encouraged it. Why? Because he wants to stay on that show. He wants to stay on that show to get the little check that they get and, you know, to keep some sort of spotlight on him. Why would you, as a man, if she was questioning and considering leaving the show while she goes through this, why not allow her to leave the show? Why not?
Mm.
It doesn't make sense to me that this, I'm telling you, it is not easy. And for them to lightweight step over it. And I understand what the other lady was saying, that maybe she didn't want to talk to about it. She didn't know how to address it. I get that. But we need to hear certain things about this so that we can go get these checkups, so that we can really, you know, understand this is what you go through. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she had stage 2 or 1. I'm not sure. I'm not going to speculate, but it's tough. Seeing and hearing what my cousin's going through right now, it is tough. So I just don't take lightly of how she's just, you know, making him look, you know, just, you know, being Captain Save a Hole for him every step. Every time he says something insensitive, she's just swooping in to, ladies, you're making too much of it. He didn't mean it. He meant it like this. No, he meant it the way he said it. But that's what I want to say about that. And I just looked at, while y'all were talking, I was just looking at that Martell and Melody showdown. Oh my God, she sliced and diced his ass so good. Oh,
It was
woo.
okay, Simone. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
We're gonna
Thank you guys.
to Kim.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Yes,
Year.
yes, ma'am. You know, I'm gonna talk real fast. I turned my paper over, and I saw at the reunion, Stormy is going to say, "I gave you grace, Keisha."
Oh,
Tisha. And then Tisha says, "Go and pop some more pills and shut up."
what?
Yes, yes. And I will end it off with saying this. The
Okay.
word that I read is that the Lord will prepare a table before your enemies. And Melody is eating.
There you
She's
go.
eating every crumb.
Now,
And happy holidays, everyone.
happy holidays to you. Okay. Did you want to say anything? Let me see who we have up here. Miss Tony, did you want to say something? I can give you a minute.
I will just end with this. Like, I understand what everybody's saying, like, about maybe she should have showed more. I just think she needed to, if she didn't want to show the cancer part, which I understand, they just should have showed more of what else they got going on, because the sex is not the only thing that they have to be going on. Where's Jalen at? What's going on with Monster and Kiowa? Like, what's going on at the what they tax attorneys or something like that? Like, what are we doing besides like talking about sex and cancer there? So I get what everybody's saying.
Yep, I understand. I understand. Everybody made good points. You made really good points. I appreciate your perspective, because it helps open the mind, child. That's what we need. Okay. So, perfect. All right. Miss Red, did you want to say anything? Nope. Okay, guys. It looks like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go
And I
ahead.
just wanted to say, yes, that is true. I saw the I think they kind of showed the first part 1 of the reunion. And yes, I did. They did show that little clip, and they showed Martell storming off.
Okay. I saw a little bit of it, but I am
Mhm.
looking forward to next week. We're doing it again next week.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, you guys, y'all have been amazing. You know you have, okay? I can't say it enough. I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming up here and, you know, talking and making this entertaining for everybody. Y'all have, listen, I love, love, love you. We are going to do this again in 2024. We're going to keep this rolling. Make sure that y'all hit the like button on your way out, okay? This is worth the rewind for sure. Okay, thank you, Miss Loren. She's always giving such beautiful compliments over there on my page. But make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, subscribe, share the video. I will talk to you all on the next one, okay? Bye-bye. Thank you to all my moderators too. Oops, forgot to say that. Thank you to all of my moderators for staying up with me this late. And then thank you to everyone who blessed the channel, who sent a Cash App, who became a member. You guys are the MVPs. I always appreciate y'all. And now I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.